Over 65? Eat these 5 fruits to protect your kidneys. Naturally creatinine 1.4. eGFR 68. Your doctor circles the numbers, says to cut back on salt, and sends you home. No meal plan. No real guidance. Just worry. If you're over 65 and those numbers are creeping the wrong direction, here's what nobody told you. 5 ordinary fruits can actually protect your kidneys from further decline, starting this week. I'm talking about papaya, cherries, pineapple, red grapes, and peaches. Not a cleanse, not a cure. Just real protection your kidneys need right now. Each fruit works differently, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly which ones matter most and why they work when so many other things don't. When you think about tropical fruit, bananas and mangoes probably come to mind first. But if you're watching your kidney health, papaya deserves your attention for reasons that really matter. Papaya. The first thing that makes papaya different is its potassium level. While most tropical fruits pack quite a bit of potassium, which your kidneys have to process, papaya sits comfortably lower on that scale. A cup of papaya gives you about 360 milligrams of potassium, compared to a banana's 420 or a mango's 560. That difference adds up when your kidneys are working to balance minerals every single day. But there's more going on beneath the surface. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain, and this matters more than you might think. Papain helps break down proteins during digestion, which takes some pressure off your whole system. When your digestive system works smoothly, your kidneys don't have to compensate for poor nutrient absorption or inflammation elsewhere in your body. Everything connects, especially as we get older. The orange flesh of papaya also carries antioxidants like beta-carotene and lycopene. These compounds quietly reduce inflammation throughout your body, including in the delicate filtering units inside your kidneys. Inflammation wears down kidney tissue over time, so anything that calms that process down naturally helps protect function. Now, how much should you actually eat? A serving of about 1 cup 3 to 4 times a week gives you steady benefits without overdoing the natural sugars. Some people enjoy it at breakfast with a squeeze of lime. Others prefer it as an afternoon snack when energy dips. There's no magic time, just whatever fits your routine. When you're choosing papaya at the market, look for fruit that gives slightly when you press it gently. The skin should show some yellow or orange color, not be completely green. A fully green papaya won't have developed the enzymes and antioxidants you're after. On the other hand, if it's too soft or has dark spots, it's past its best. You want that sweet spot where it smells faintly tropical and the flesh inside will be soft but not mushy. Before we continue with the next fruit, I'm curious about something. Have you been adding any fruit to your diet specifically for kidney health, or are you still figuring out what's actually safe to eat? If you're over 65 and working to protect your kidneys naturally without complicated restrictions, subscribe to Kidney Health and turn on notifications so you get strategies that actually work in real life. And I want your honest feedback. If this is making sense and helping you feel more confident about your food choices, type 0 in the comments. If something's not quite clicking, type 1. I read these because I want this to genuinely serve you. If you find a firm one, leave it on your counter for a few days. It'll ripen naturally and be ready when you are. Once it's ripe, the fridge will keep it good for about 5 days. That brings us to another fruit that works differently, but just as effectively. Cherries might seem like a summer treat, but they're working hard for your kidneys in ways most people don't realize. The biggest benefit comes from how cherries handle uric acid in your body. Uric acid is a waste product that your kidneys filter out, but when levels get too high, it can form crystals that lead to kidney stones or even damage the kidney tissue itself. Cherries contain natural compounds called anthocyanins that actually help lower uric acid levels. Studies have shown that people who eat cherries regularly tend to have lower uric acid in their blood, which means less work for the kidneys and a lower chance of painful stones forming. Both sweet and tart cherries do this job, but tart cherries pack a stronger concentration of these protective compounds. If you can handle the sharpness, Tart varieties give you more anti-inflammatory power per serving. Sweet cherries still offer benefits, just in a gentler form that most people find easier to enjoy regularly. Here's why the anti-inflammatory part matters so much after 65. As we age, low-level inflammation tends to simmer throughout the body, wearing down organs bit by bit. Your kidneys are especially vulnerable because they filter blood constantly, and inflamed tissue doesn't filter as efficiently. Cherries calm that inflammation naturally, giving your kidneys a better environment to do their job. Portion size matters here because cherries do contain natural sugars. About 1 cup of fresh cherries, or roughly 20 to 25 cherries, gives you solid benefits without spiking your blood sugar too much. You can enjoy them 3 or 4 times a week during cherry season. But here's the practical reality. Fresh cherries are only around for a short window each year. The good news is that frozen cherries keep nearly all their beneficial compounds intact. Buy a bag when they're in season, freeze them yourself, or grab frozen ones from the store. They work just as well in your body, and you can add them to morning yogurt or blend them into smoothies year-round. Some people turn to cherry juice concentrate, which can be helpful if you find the whole fruit inconvenient. Just watch the serving size, usually 1 to 2 tablespoons diluted in water, because concentrated forms pack more sugar and less fiber than whole cherries. While cherries focus on inflammation and uric acid, the next fruit takes a completely different approach to protecting your kidneys. Pineapple doesn't get much attention in kidney health conversations, but it should. The reason comes down to an enzyme called bromelain, found naturally in fresh pineapple. Bromelain works on inflammation differently than the compounds in cherries. Instead of lowering uric acid, bromelain breaks down proteins that can trigger inflammatory responses throughout your body, including in your kidney tissue. When inflammation stays quiet, your kidneys filter more efficiently and last longer. This becomes particularly important after 65, when chronic low-grade inflammation tends to settle in and wear organs down slowly. Bromelain also appears to help with fluid balance, though it does this gently. Some people notice they hold less water in their ankles or fingers when they eat pineapple regularly. It's not a dramatic flush, just a subtle shift that lets your kidneys manage fluid more easily. Now let's talk potassium, because this is where pineapple really separates itself from other popular fruits. A cup of fresh pineapple contains about 180 milligrams of potassium. Compare that to a banana at 420 or an orange at 330, and you can see why pineapple makes sense when you're watching kidney numbers. You get flavor and nutrition without pushing potassium levels into the range where your kidneys struggle. Pineapple also carries a high water content, around 86%. That hydration supports your kidneys in a direct way. When you're well hydrated, your blood stays at the right consistency for your kidneys to filter waste effectively. Thick, concentrated blood makes filtration harder. Pineapple gives you water along with nutrients, which your body uses more efficiently than plain water alone. Portion size matters here. About 1 cup of fresh pineapple chunks, 3 or 4 times a week, gives you steady benefits. You can eat it in the morning with breakfast, as an afternoon snack, or after dinner when you want something sweet. Fresh pineapple is always better than canned. The canning process destroys most of the bromelain, and canned versions usually sit in syrup that adds sugar you don't need. If you're buying fresh, look for a pineapple that smells sweet at the base and has leaves that pull out easily from the crown. The skin should be mostly golden, not green. Cut it yourself at home, and you'll get all the enzyme activity intact. Some people blend pineapple into smoothies or cut it into small pieces and freeze it for a cold snack. Either way works as long as it started fresh. While pineapple supports kidneys through enzymes and hydration, there's another fruit working at the cellular level to protect kidney tissue from damage. Red grapes are easy to overlook because they seem so ordinary, but what's happening inside those small fruits is anything but common. The star compound here is resveratrol, which concentrates in the skin of red grapes. Resveratrol has been studied extensively for its ability to protect cells from oxidative damage, and your kidney cells benefit directly from this. When kidney cells face ongoing stress from filtering waste and balancing fluids, resveratrol acts like a shield, helping those cells stay healthier longer. This protection becomes increasingly valuable as we age, and our kidneys naturally lose some of their filtering capacity. This is why red grapes matter more than green ones for kidney health. Green grapes contain some beneficial compounds, but they lack the deep pigments that carry resveratrol. The darker the grape, the more protective compounds it holds. You'll notice that deep purple or nearly black grapes tend to have the richest flavor, and that intensity reflects higher antioxidant levels. There's another layer to this. Red grapes support healthy blood pressure, and blood pressure directly affects how well your kidneys function. High blood pressure damages the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter properly. The antioxidants in red grapes help keep blood vessels flexible and responsive, which maintains steady blood flow through the kidneys without excessive force. A realistic serving is about 1 cup of grapes, which equals roughly 15 to 20 grapes depending on size. That amount gives you benefits without loading up on sugar. You can enjoy them as a midday snack or after dinner when you want something naturally sweet. Many people ask about pesticides, and it's a fair concern. Grapes do tend to carry pesticide residue because their thin skin absorbs what's sprayed on them. If you can afford organic grapes, they're worth considering, especially since you're eating the skin where resveratrol lives. If organic isn't an option, washing grapes thoroughly under running water and rubbing them gently removes much of the surface residue. Storage is simple. Keep unwashed grapes in the fridge in their original packaging or a breathable container. They'll stay fresh for up to a week. Wash them just before eating, not when you bring them home, because moisture speeds up spoilage. As for seeds, seedless varieties are fine. The resveratrol is in the skin, not the seeds, so you're not missing out on kidney protection by choosing seedless grapes. Pick whichever you enjoy eating more, because consistency matters more than perfection. If this information is giving you clarity you haven't found elsewhere, please take just a moment to hit the like button. I know it seems like a tiny thing, but that click helps this video reach another person over 65 who's worried about their kidney numbers and doesn't know that simple fruit choices can actually make a difference. Your like could help someone avoid confusion and start protecting their kidneys today. Speaking of consistency, there's one more fruit that quietly supports your kidneys in its own distinct way. Peaches don't usually show up on kidney health lists, but they probably should. A medium peach contains about 285 milligrams of potassium, which sits in a comfortable middle range. It's not as low as papaya, but it's manageable when you stick to 1 peach at a time. The key is portion awareness. 1 fresh peach as a snack or sliced into breakfast gives you benefits without pushing potassium levels into the zone where your kidneys have to work harder. What makes peaches particularly valuable is their fiber content. A medium peach provides around 2 grams of both soluble and insoluble fiber. This matters because fiber keeps your digestive system moving steadily, which prevents waste from sitting in your gut too long. When waste lingers, it can produce compounds that eventually make their way into your bloodstream, and your kidneys have to filter those out. By keeping digestion smooth, fiber indirectly lightens the load on your kidneys. Peaches also have gentle diuretic properties, meaning they encourage your body to release excess fluid naturally. This isn't the forced effect you get from medications. It's a mild, gradual support that helps your kidneys maintain fluid balance without stress. For older adults who sometimes retain water in their ankles or hands, this natural assistance can make a noticeable difference. Now, fresh peaches are ideal because they contain more nutrients and no added sugars or syrups. When choosing fresh ones, look for fruit that gives slightly when you press near the stem. The skin should have a warm, golden, or reddish tone, and you'll smell that sweet peach scent when you bring it close. If it's rock hard, let it sit on your counter for a day or two until it softens. Canned peaches are convenient when fresh ones aren't available, but they come with trade-offs. Most canned versions sit in heavy syrup, which adds unnecessary sugar and can affect blood sugar levels. If you're buying canned, choose peaches packed in water or their own juice. Rinse them before eating to remove any residual syrup. You'll lose some fiber because the canning process softens the fruit, but you'll still get antioxidants and hydration. Store ripe peaches in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. If you want to freeze them, slice them first and spread them on a tray before bagging. They'll keep for months and work well blended into smoothies. So there you have it. 5 fruits that actually do something real for your kidneys after 65. Papaya gives you lower potassium and digestive enzymes that reduce the overall burden on your system. Cherries bring down uric acid and calm inflammation that wears kidney tissue down over time. Pineapple delivers bromelain and hydration that help your kidneys filter more efficiently. Red grapes protect kidney cells with resveratrol, while supporting the blood pressure that directly affects how well your kidneys work. And peaches offer fiber and gentle fluid balance that takes pressure off your kidneys in ways most people never consider. Each one handles a different part of the problem. That's why they work together so well. Now, here's what I want you to actually do with this information. Don't try to eat all 5 fruits starting tomorrow. That's how people get overwhelmed and quit within a week. Pick 1 or 2 that sound easiest for you to add right now. Maybe you start with red grapes because they're simple to grab and eat, or papaya because you already eat fruit at breakfast. It doesn't matter which ones you choose first. What matters is that you start and stay consistent. I also want to be clear about something. These fruits are not going to reverse severe kidney disease or replace medical treatment if you need it. Kidney health involves hydration, blood pressure management, blood sugar control, protein intake, and a dozen other factors we haven't touched on here. But these 5 fruits are meaningful steps you can take right now without turning your entire life upside down. They're not the whole answer, but they're part of an answer that actually works when you stick with it. Small, steady choices compound over time. Eating a cup of cherries 3 times a week might not feel dramatic, but do that for 6 months, and your kidneys are operating in a less inflamed, less stressed environment. That adds up to real protection you can't see, but your body absolutely feels. If someone you care about is over 65 and concerned about their kidney health or has been told their kidney function is declining, please share this video with them. That simple act of sharing could give them practical information they can use today without feeling overwhelmed or restricted. Sometimes the people we care about need guidance they don't know how to find, and you can be the one who helps them discover it. Take care of yourself. Your kidneys are counting on you.